Hey ladies! Oh man, today we had the craziest rainstorm. I've never seen lightning and heard thunder like it was today. It was so scary when I had to drive through it. And speaking of scary, today I want to talk to those who are very shy. Is this you? Do you avoid social situations or events because you consider yourself shy? Well, let's work on that today. So hello, inspired ladies. If you don't know who I am, I'm Claire Hughes, an empowerment coach for women who are ready to break through their fears, change their mindset, set and meet goals, build their confidence to live as their truest self. If you've seen me before, say hello in the chat. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay and let me know who you are and where you're from. Today, we're going to talk about overcoming your shyness. Those who haven't ever had an issue with shyness may not realize how debilitating it can be to a person's life. We've talked about fears and anxiety and self-sabotage that hold you back in life. But one personality trait people don't seem to recognize is shyness. People who are shy do what they can to avoid social situations and speaking. They're afraid to be judged, rejected, and embarrassed. Shyness can be overcome with effort, time, and the desire to change. And there are a few things that you can do to help overcome your shyness and step into confidence. It doesn't matter what age you're at. There are always bullies. And bullying people makes them feel powerful. And a lot of the time, people mistake someone's shyness for being passive, and that kind of makes them a target. But sometimes it's not the case. Just because they're quiet doesn't mean that they're not paying attention or they don't have something to say. They're just not so comfortable saying it. So try to keep a healthy distance from people who are going to bully you. They may be family, they may be friends, they may be coworkers, so minimize your time that you spend around them. Shy people don't usually have a lot of friends, but the ones that they do make, they're long-lasting. So choose your circle wisely. Pick up people who are supportive and will encourage you to do well. I find people can be their own worst enemy as well. Don't let your inner critic bring you down. Just because you're shy doesn't mean you need to beat yourself up about it. So as soon as you start to feel your shyness coming on, take action. Do something to make yourself feel better. Help or call someone. Don't sit still and let your mind take over. The one thing that's helpful is to not tell people that you're shy, because that can limit the conversation. And a lot of the time they're thinking about a lot of the time you think they're thinking that you're shy. They're not thinking about it at all. So they might not even notice. So I wouldn't even mention that you're shy and just do what you can with the conversation. Try to figure out also what triggers your shyness. Is it when you meet somebody, you don't know anybody at a party, when you have to learn something new? What is it that sets off the shyness? And think about the situation that could set off the shyness and plan for it to go really well. So if you know that you're not very comfortable going into an event because you're shy, go in there with a positive attitude and see yourself in there doing really well and and visualize a positive outcome. Instead of holding on to the fear, think about how well it could go and what you could learn and who you may meet, how great you would feel afterwards knowing that you didn't stay in a place of silence. Exposing yourself to fear is one of the best ways to overcome it. One exercise that I've had to do myself because I was quite shy, when I had to enter a situation like a networking event or something, I would force myself how should I say it? I would force myself to be genuinely interested and curious about their lives. So I would try to find the most interesting person in the room and see what I could find out about them. When you enter social situations, become curious about their lives, what they've done, how they got to where they are. their interests, and doing this can change the entire conversation and the way you're feeling about it. And so instead of focusing on yourself and you're being shy, you're now focusing on other people, their lives, and what they've been up to. It just takes the focus off yourself and how you're feeling, and you put it towards them. Also, don't be so hard on yourself. People, stop being hard on yourself for being who you are. Most people become shy in different situations, and it's something that needs to be worked on. So you don't have to beat yourself up about it. It's something that all of us seem to go through at some point in our lives. But you don't want to miss out on adventures, people, events because of your shyness when it is something that you can change. Think about where it may have started and why. Mine was because I was teased, so I figured if I talk less, people would have less to tease me about. But this didn't work because there's always something people would judge me on. So I just had to recognize that some people are always going to judge you, and I had to just work on my being shy and stepping out in front of people. One incident that helped me was a small comment. A boy I had a crush on once asked me, we were walking down the street, and he asked me why I always looked down at the ground when I was walking, and it was because I was shy. So that day I challenged myself to walk looking up into the eyes of most people who would pass me to say good morning. I would have some kind of comment. I'd compliment their look, something that had me feeling good about them, who they were, and speaking up more. I also signed up for theater in high school, so I don't know where you are in life, but that's also a great option because it really does force you to stand up and speak in front of people. And here I am, an empowerment coach, working to help you change your life and get out there and make the friggin' best of it. So don't waste years in a state of shyness when you can completely change things for the better and live an amazing life. It's really important to invest time in yourself and recognize what's holding you back and do the work to get on the path to where you want to be and who you want to become. So I hope you take this information that I've shared, take massive action to change your life. No more procrastination. Let's get to work, change the shyness. It is something that can be worked on, and it is something that you can overcome. And if you feel like you can't do it on your own, there's always people that can help you. So if you're ready to get started, ready to take time and invest in yourself, and ready to build an incredible life, message me and let's get started. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to speaking with you. Have an incredible night. Take care.